do have Susan Ferrechio, Chief Congressional Correspondent for the Washington Examiner, on the line, and you think she's a little busy. Hello, Susan.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good, good. Very busy day. I know, and I appreciate your time. So let me ask you, cut to the chase, as they say. Where do we go from here? The president today again, out there in the public, trashing Republicans. Harry Reid, today again, out there in the public, trashing Republicans. Harry Reid, that let's negotiate. Let's appoint negotiators from the House and the Senate and conference them. That said, let's negotiate. Let's appoint negotiators from the House and the Senate and conference them with the shutdown. Chuck Todd said they're hoping that the White House hopes the market takes a hit to pressure the Republicans. And Mark Halpern said the White House is counting on the media to pressure the Republicans. And Mark Halpern said the White House is counting on the media to.
First of all, as you said, the Senate voted to reject the House measure, and so now it's back in the House's side. And what they will do later today or early this evening is take up sort of mini spending bills that will fund certain parts of the government, including the national parks and parts of the Veterans Administration. And then they will pass those in the House, send them back over to the Senate, and these will be small bills, but they'll be clean bills with nothing attached to them. And that will pressure the Senate to vote for them and reopen these small parts of the government. Now, Senate Democrats say they don't like this. They call this faux spending bills because they're only funding parts of the government. They're leaving shuttered other parts of the government that Democrats and others think are essential. So there is a disagreement over it. The question is whether the Democrats will truly, vote against these or feel that if they did that, it would look politically disastrous for them because, again, they'd be voting to keep parts of the government afloat.
Right.
So it's a quandary for Democrats. They so far sound like they plan on rejecting these plans, but we have to watch this vote. I'm not entirely certain how they're going to vote on it right now. I didn't get a definitive answer.
All right. Now, what about though, Susan, the Republicans? What I call the Peter King wing of the Republican Party in the House, where there's about 7 of them, maybe a couple more today. I don't know. I think they need 17 to go ahead and buck the party and force a clean resolution to be voted on. So where are we with that so-called? And the media is portraying it, even though there's only 7 of them, as a civil war within the party. Where are we with that in the House?
Right now, that faction appears to be not growing, that everybody is fairly supportive of this latest proposal. That's what I'm hearing from the leadership folks. Now, I wasn't in the meeting that just ended. We're not allowed in there. We all just stand in the hallway after. And, I don't know how much traction Pete King's group is going to get. I know they got a handful of folks last night to vote with them. And now today, here's what's different today. Okay, here we are, the day one of this shutdown. Stock market is holding steady. I know the Democrats think that it will change in the coming days. Republicans are saying they're not so sure that the stock market is not change in the coming days. Republicans are saying they're not so sure that the stock market is not. That will influence how big this moderate faction gets and what the pushback is like. From what I'm hearing, it doesn't seem like they're a big enough group to stop moving forward tonight. Besides, it would look a little odd if they're voting against government funding bills that are clean.
Right. That's a different story. Right.
Forward,
yeah.
Okay. That's a hard message on that one. So I have to say it's early, but I would anticipate those bills will pass. They'll go over that Senate, and then you really got to tune in and listen on that one because I pass. They'll go over that Senate, and then you really got to tune in and listen on that one because I
agree with you more, Susan. We're up against a hard break.
Okay.
You're very informative. I know you're very busy. I really appreciate your time. Yeah. We'll speak to you soon. Maybe we'll check in with you tomorrow.
All righty.
Thank you. Okay, Susan Ferrechio, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, a man who has been there in the Health and Human Services Department under George Bush on the Steve Malzberg Show. Don't go